So I get this message last night. It's from the Boo Crew. And it's just a screenshot. It's a screenshot from some Disney Facebook group of a picture of the Grand Floridian Gingerbread House. And at the Grand Floridian Gingerbread House is the Gingerbread House popcorn bucket filled with gingerbread treats. Now, of all the things available here at the Walt Disney World Resort for the holiday season, this popcorn bucket is the only thing I wanted to get my hands on. But it initially only released in Disneyland, and then Disney World did bring it over, but only for guests of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So today is Friday the 13th. Does that mean we're lucky? Is it a lucky day or is it an unlucky day? I guess we'll have to wait and find out, but my fingers are crossed, my feet are moving. Let's head to the Grand Floridian.
Good morning, everyone. For those that just joined us, welcome aboard Monorail Blue.
Please remember to select your belongings and take young children by the hand.
All right, we made it. Welcome to the Grand Floridian, probably one of the most iconic Christmas time resorts here at the Walt Disney World Resort, because they have a massive gingerbread house down there, which is where we're headed, but it's not open quite yet. It opens at 9:30. I do want to give you a look at the Grand Floridian from up here before we make our way down. Also, I want to share some thoughts on what exactly it is we're doing today, because this isn't necessarily the best choice. You know, it's not something that I would recommend. I'm going to tell you why here in a second, but first, you kind of see up and into the gingerbread house. Isn't it cool? Smells so gingerbready in here as well. I mean, of course it would. That's real gingerbread on there. So the tricky thing about doing what we're doing today, like seeing something on social media and being like, all right, we're gonna try and get it, is that, well, first of all, you never know if the supplies have lasted until you get here. This is especially true when you're finding these posts like a couple days later, and you never really know when the person actually posts them. I mean, in the message, in the screenshot that I'm referring to, when that screenshot was taken, the post was made 7 hours prior. So like, we're really shooting in the dark here. But if you're seeing this and you're thinking, oh, maybe 2-3 days later, they might still have whatever it is you're looking for, maybe, but maybe not. So you really are kind of running the risk of going out of your way, eating up some of your valuable park time or vacation time, only to find out that whatever it is that you're looking for isn't actually here. And you should be aware of that right out the gate, which is one of the reasons that I want to mention that now. But the flip side of that coin is you might get lucky, even if it's days or maybe even weeks later. So, you know, you gotta weigh your options, you gotta think about what's right for you and your family, especially given your vacation plans and what you got going on a particular day. Today's a slow day for me. I actually am supposed to be sitting behind my computer editing, but no, I just got dressed, bare minimum, by the way. I mean, look at me, and now we're here. But we do have a little bit of time to kill, so I'm gonna hang out. I actually need to swap out my fuel rod, and I'm sure that there's a location in here for me to do that. So I'm gonna check my app, figure out where exactly that is, and then we'll wander around the lobby and see what's around. Maybe get a closer look at the gingerbread house before it gets too crowded. What do you say? Want to make our way down? You know, I just snapped a photo a second ago, and I can't get over how absolutely gorgeous this lobby is. It's just so grand and beautiful. The tree. I just wish that they had the piano going. I don't know if they do that regularly anymore, but I never seem to catch it anytime I'm here. So let me know. Is it something that I just always miss, or is it much less frequent than it used to be in the past? I don't spend a ton of time wandering around the resorts here in Magic Kingdom, certainly not during the winter months. In the summertime, I find my way into the resorts much more frequently than in the winter months. You know, I want to soak up some AC, get out of the sun, but during the winter, you can barely get me inside. All right, let's make our way down and get a better look at this gingerbread house. There's supposed to be a lot of hidden Mickeys, so let's see if we can spot any. Already, I can see a ton. Can you point some out? There's supposed to be a lot of other like hidden detail in here as well. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. so that we can have a bit of a better look. This camera doesn't have the best zoom function, so sometimes when I zoom in, things get a little blurry. I apologize for that, but you know, usually this does the job. And of course, you know, it gives you a chance to really see this with your own eyes when you visit, if you get to visit. Look at that ingredients list. How much do you think it would cost to go to like your local Publix and buy this ingredients list? Should we do the math? Part of me wants to sit down and crunch those numbers. Maybe we will. Looks like we have some Christmas trees here as well that look like Disney characters. I can see Chip and Dale, Rapunzel, Mary Poppins, Cinderella, Ariel, Donald, the Fab Five, like all of them are in there as well. This is so cool. I love this gingerbread house. So we still have a little while before the gingerbread house officially opens. It's not quite 9:30 yet, but I found this really nice place where we can sit down and just hang out for a bit. This is a newly opened area that I want to say was a cafe or something before, but now it's just a sitting room. And I mean, look how beautiful it is in here. This is so lovely. I love that they have spaces like this at the resorts where you can just sit and chill for a bit. We talk about this all the time over at Beach Club with the solarium and the drawing room. Especially in the lobbies, places like this are really nice because they're out of the way, they're quiet, you can get out of the hustle and bustle of the lobby, especially if you just got here and you're waiting for your room or it's past checkout time and you need a place to just be. All right, we're up and moving again. Just couldn't stand to keep sitting there. Check this out though. It's a little figment tree. See him? Oh, and an Eeyore down there. So cute. I have to be honest with you, I'm a little anxious because I feel like maybe this may have been a waste of time. I don't know, but I don't see any gingerbread buckets out, so I don't know, fingers crossed. There's already one thing on the menu that's been covered up, so I'm wondering if that was the bundle. Just have to wait and see, but we only have like 10 more minutes until they open, so cross your fingers for me. Actually, if you look close, you can see that there are two things on the menu that have been blocked out. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. So we're standing in line. We've got about 10 minutes to go, and there's a lot of very interesting scuttlebutt going on. Some people are saying that they sold out yesterday, so they're hoping that they have some today, but we'll see, because I don't see any signs of this popcorn bucket, but nonetheless, we're in line. We're gonna see how it goes. All right, the line is moving. Still no signs of the popcorn bucket bundle, but I'm leaving here with something today. I don't know what, but we're definitely walking out with something. They do have a few great options. As you can see, the line is pretty long, wraps all the way around the gingerbread house, and it does go out that way down through the lobby. So there's a pretty good looking menu, and I'm trying to decide what it is that I'm gonna grab, but I think I know. I think I know what I'm gonna get. No question in my mind. We're going big. So, confirmed, the gingerbread house popcorn bucket that they were selling here as part of a bundle sold out yesterday in about 3 hours. They have no intention of bringing it back, at least based on what I heard today. So if you do want to get that popcorn bucket, you're going to need to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. But you know what? Every once in a while, they drop something at the party that isn't really a party exclusive because it was a standard drop at Disneyland or whatever, but they bring it out for everyone a little bit closer to the holiday, sometimes even after the holiday. Nonetheless, like I said, we went big. Yeah, I'm already here. Why not? So we got ourselves the grand gift box. This is something that I've done before during Easter because they have a lot of delicious treats all in one box. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the price of this thing is not for the faint of heart. This was $67, which is a lot of money. It does come in a box. Let's take a look at what's inside. See here, this says Grand Floridian, and it does actually say 25th anniversary because this is the 25th anniversary of the gingerbread house. And in here, we have a few different things. This is what it looks like inside. Not the most impressive thing I've ever seen, but it's about the treats. Anyway, so we have a milk chocolate hot cocoa gnome, so we can make ourselves some hot cocoa. We have the imported gingerbread cookies. This I actually really wanted to try anyway, and I figured, you know, might as well get a little bit of everything. Oh, we have 2 bags. So lots of gingerbread cookies here. Then we have a Mickey gingerbread cookie and a classic shingle. So a lot in this box. I'm looking forward to trying all of these, but we're not gonna do it right now because I'm not gonna just sit here and eat cookies by myself, especially not $70 worth of cookies. So I'm definitely gonna share those with Russ, but we won't really know if it's fully worth it until after the fact, right? And I'm not gonna suck all these cookies down today. We're gonna share them with Russ and enjoy them over the next couple weeks leading up into Christmas. Fine, maybe I'll share them with the Boo Crew too. Then again, they're the ones that had me out here on this wild goose chase, because while I did want this popcorn bucket, they wanted it too. So they're partially responsible for why I'm here today. Nonetheless, let me know if you think I should share some of these treats with the Boo Crew. You know, drop a comment down below. But anyway, I'm gonna pack this up and we're gonna make our way out because we're done. But you know what, before we go, one more look at the gingerbread house and this beautiful lobby from up above. Like I said, I just can't get enough of this lobby. It's so beautiful, especially this time of year. Of course, you can also take a look at the line that's forming for the gingerbread house. I will say this year it's a little bit different than it's been in past years. So there's this register that you're looking at right now, and you go pay there before you go pick your stuff up at the gingerbread house. They've done it differently in the past. I don't know that I would say that this is a more seamless process. More than anything, it's just different, but you know, it works. I'll tell you what though, there's a lot of conversation happening in that line today about that popcorn bucket that we were here for. I mean, we certainly weren't the only ones. A lot of people were saying that they saw it was available yesterday. They came back today to get their hands on it, but because it was sold out, you know, they're now out of luck. And I think that that speaks to kind of a big problem that Walt Disney World has when it comes to this type of thing. You know, they have these offerings that are available and you can't get your hands on them, man. You know, with some of them being behind a paywall, like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and then some of them being available for such a limited time before they sell out, or only available in this park but not that park. The lack of accessibility when it comes to things like this, it drains people, you know, it sours the whole vibe of the experience. And you know, you could point to social media or whatever and be like, well, it's because social media tells us that these things are available, but some of these people, that's not the case. They saw this because it was here. There were signs here. So we can't just blame social media for everything, you know? A lot of people, they see these things. It's word of mouth. They talk to people like we do, like the Boo Crew does, like some of you do while you're in the parks, and you find out that you could get this here or there, and then to find out that they can't after taking time to come out here to try. It's a tough situation to be in. And you know, that's one of the reasons that we try to be as upfront as we are about how difficult it can be to get some of these things. You know, we're not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. We're just trying to let you know what the reality of the situation very well might end up being, just like today. Like, this is exactly what happens sometimes, and it happens to us all the time. You know, so often people like to highlight when things go right, and sometimes people like to focus on when things go wrong, but you know, we gotta make sure that we're still having that conversation, just so that you know what to expect and you can set yourself up for success, or at very least, set yourself up with reasonable expectations. Also, I'm gonna change the subject very briefly for a second. We have 2 reindeer right here, one right there, and then another one right there, which brings our total to, what is that, 17, 18, 19 and a half reindeer this holiday season so far. We're trying to beat the record of 47 reindeer cars here in the Walt Disney World area, not exclusively at Walt Disney World, but last year I counted all of them, and that's how many we saw. This year, we're a little bit behind, but obviously we're catching up pretty quick. But all right, we've made our way back to the Jeep. Time to wrap things up. You know, my final thoughts on today's little adventure. Again, sometimes these things are hit or miss, you know? If there's anything that I want you to take from this, remember that number one, we gotta be taking into consideration that we don't know who's sharing that information, but also when they got that information. Sometimes the info that people are sharing, you know, it's posted after the fact, and especially in a case like this, when they sold out of these popcorn buckets at the Grand Floridian within 3 hours, I mean, it might have been sold out by the time this person even posted to this Facebook group, let alone the 7+ hours later when I finally got wind of this. But look, there are some other things to take into consideration as well. One of them, you gotta make sure that you're reading the comments. Now, yeah, I'm pointing to you, Boo Crew. If you see something like this on social media, if you see something like this on a blog or a website, which I did see some of that as I was scrolling social media waiting for some maintenance that was happening on the monorail to take place. Yeah, they were doing regularly scheduled maintenance while we were sitting there at the TTC waiting to disembark. Feeling a little salty about that, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but not even gonna get into it. Christmas is right around the corner. We're jolly holly. Anyway, if you're seeing things like posts about something that's available that you're interested in, make sure you're taking the time to scroll through the comments, see what some other people might be saying. That might give you some hints or information that you need to know, but it also might save you a ton of time because you don't want to be like me, coming all the way out here only to find out that that thing was sold out soon after this post was probably made. But look, here's the thing. Ooh, almost lost my sunglasses. I don't want this conversation to discourage you from trying to hunt down something that you might want and you hear might be hiding here at the Walt Disney World Resort. If you're up for the challenge, you want to go find that thing, you do it. But do it knowing that it's a gamble. Consider that this could easily turn into a waste of time if you don't have a plan B or something that you might want to focus your energy on outside of getting that thing. For example, today, you know, we went over to Grand Floridian and I'm just enjoying the day, you know, wandering around, going for a little bit of a walk, driving around in the Jeep before I head to the grocery store and ultimately back home. But even before I set out, I was like, you know what, I'm here anyway. I'm gonna get myself a gingerbread treat one way or another. So no matter what, I win, even if the reason I came out turned out to be a disappointment. You know, it really is all about mindset, which is something we're really going to be digging into as we wrap up 2024 and make our way into 2025. So make sure that you're sticking around for that. But for now, I think that's about all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that this kind of didn't go the way I hoped it would go, though I think we could have all seen this coming, you know, Friday the 13th and all. Turns out today wasn't lucky 13, but it happens to the best of us. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day wherever it is you are, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then.